everyone, and welcome to my God Thought this morning. So, my name is Paula, if you don't know me, and I was pondering recently the story of Daniel in the lion's den. So you can find that in Daniel chapter 6, and most of us know the story. If you don't, pause this now and read Daniel 6 and then come back to me. Might be an idea to do that if you need refreshing anyway, but pause it now. So, you're back, having just read Daniel chapter 6. Now, Daniel was a teenager when he was taken into exile to Babylon, and the idea is that the Babylonian kings used to raise these teenagers in the Babylonian ways, educating them in the Babylonian ways, in the hopes that they will become fully integrated, and sometimes they were sent back to rule over their people, but totally assimilated into the Babylonian way. Well, Daniel, he complied with all of that, but the one thing that he would not compromise on was his Jewish faith. And we have various stories about how he kept to his Jewish faith faithfully. And he was well known to be doing that all the way through Babylon. And we hear in this story that because he'd risen through living as a faithful Jew, he'd followed the law, which meant that he lived a life of integrity, and he worked hard, and he had a good work ethic, and he worshipped God. And he was well known to pray 3 times a day from his room, probably with the window open facing Jerusalem, facing the old temple in Jerusalem. So everyone knew about this. He didn't hide his faith. And so his peers got jealous, and the only thing that they knew that he wouldn't compromise on was his prayer life. So he had a rule of life where he had a routine that he would not compromise on. And so they tricked King Darius, into putting out a decree to say that everyone had to worship the king for 30 days, knowing that Daniel would not do that. So that was how they tricked him, and they tricked the king. And we hear in that story how the king didn't want to throw Daniel to the lions, but he did. But 3 things stuck out to me in this story. One is that Daniel did not hide his faith. He was openly Jewish, and he stuck by that, and he was uncompromising, even in the middle of a pagan world where he would have been seen to be crazy, but he stuck by it. The second thing that really struck me is when he was captured, you don't have any idea that he complained. He was thrown into the lion's den. But when Darius comes and asks, are you okay, Daniel? What he says is, may the king live forever. So he addresses the king with respect. May the king live forever. My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me, because I was found innocent in his sight. Nor have I ever done any wrong before you, your majesty. So immediately he says, God did this. This is amazing. My God is powerful. And he proclaims that. He's not ashamed of his faith. He's not ashamed of his God. He's proclaiming his God. And because he was so good, filled with integrity, and such a good worker, Darius didn't want him to be thrown to the lions. And what comes from this is that even this pagan king is so impressed by Daniel's God that he puts out this decree. I issue a decree that in every part of my kingdom, people must fear and reverence the God of Daniel, for he is the living God, and he endures forever. His kingdom will not be destroyed. His dominion will never end. He rescues and he saves. He performs signs and wonders in the heavens and on the earth. He has rescued Daniel from the power of the lions. Isn't that amazing? Because Daniel just went about life quietly following God, uncompromisingly in his faith, he managed to persuade a king, a pagan king, of the power of his God. And it just makes me think that if we faithfully follow our faith every day, if we follow our God and just live our quiet lives of integrity and faithfulness with our rule of life, with our prayer, we don't hide anything, I just wonder what difference we can make to those around us and how we can push forward the kingdom of heaven. So that's the thought that I'd like to leave with you today. So just faithfully follow God, and you just don't know what amazing things God may well do in your community through you today. So have an incredible day, and may God bless you mightily.